Well, that was
but
AEW
this is your
Dynamite.
show.
No, this is your show, thankfully. That
What?
was AEW Dynamite.
Well, in that case, what has happened with Vince McMahon since we've been recording this program? Are you on the internet? Is there any news?
He's on the loose again. Apparently right now people are hiding under their desks in Titan Towers. Wrestlers are texting Paul Levesque saying, "Where are you? Help me." Fear has run amok.
If you're in Titan Tower on the 4th floor and you need a place to hide, I recommend it's right down the hall from Vince's office, but the door that leads to the roof garden. Nobody will look up there.
You know that wall in his office, the big red wall with the dinosaur?
T-Rex.
Has anyone ever had the guts to tell him the truth? This is the ugliest fucking wall.
No. They love the wall.
No, it looks horrible. It's a horrible red to have in your office.
I didn't say it wasn't horrible. I said, no, they have not told him that. They love the wall.
Everyone hates it, Vince. It looks like shit. Welcome back.
But Vince has apparently not done anything this morning and early afternoon since we've been taping this. But since our Vince McMahon update, breaking news update, which, by the way, as we mentioned at the top of the program here, you can see it hear it on the YouTube channel and on the regular podcast feed. If you've somehow missed it, we updated this breaking news yesterday. But since then, we have found out that J.P. Morgan has been called in to, well, you're the business brain there, Brian. What's the technical term? They're going to help review this company for potential sale. Is that what they do?
That's one of the things they would do. I haven't seen the actual statement or report or whatever came out today, but I believe from what I gather, J.P. Morgan has been brought on board to help facilitate a sale.
And we're not talking, they're not going to review the talent roster or the finishes for next week's Raw or whatever. Some banker is not going to come in and say, no, don't fuck him with the brass knucks. Use the goddamn spike.
That's my next podcast. Oh, that's the brilliant idea. I'm going to get bankers to review AEW contracts.
There you go.
There you go.
That could be a series in and of itself. But they're going to look at the bottom line of the thing. They're going to look at their expenses and their revenue, what costs what, how much money they make on things, how attach some kind of value to the overall enterprise as well as different departments of it. I would believe that's J.P. Morgan's specialty. So they're serious. It's going to happen if the WWE apparently can make it happen. And also, as we mentioned at the top of the program, right after you said that on the breaking news, well, what about the Saudis? They spend $50 blue million, as Aunt Lola would say, on every one of these big crown jewel shows. Why wouldn't they just spend stupid money? And I was saying that, well, would they do that at least out in the open? Wouldn't it get such bad publicity and ill will from the United States, at least the fans here, that it would kill the company? Maybe they just take it over there to Riyadh or wherever the fuck. But you said, I think there's something to it. And SportsIllustrated.com reported shortly after that the Saudis may be interested, along with several other major corporations and conglomerates. Do we hear any more about that? Anything yet?
Yeah, the Saudis hate bad publicity. It's the Saudis! No other news about that. Obviously, different reports are flying around. People are now trying to peg different potential owners. I've seen different people guess about different sports franchise owners possibly getting in. Obviously, there have even been people saying that Tony Khan could be a bidder for WWE.
Oh, yeah,
here.
all right, yeah. Do you think, in all seriousness, would old Shad actually let Tony spend $5 or $6 billion? I think that's a little pie in the sky there. And honestly, when they're struggling to get TV deals, right? They got TBS or the TNT and then switched over to TBS. They can't get Ring of Honor on television. They're trying to worry about their own deal. They're going to buy the WWE and take it away from the two network affiliated entities that already have programs on the air that might want to I don't. All right.
Watch the board produce a buyer and then watch Vince and his team produce a buyer, and that'll be the next battle.
And then the bidding begins. Do I hear $6 billion? Do I hear $6,147,560,000? That could take a while. And also, they had an all hands on deck phone call, or was it a live in-person meeting, or could some of the employees call in, or was everybody there? Did we get the details on that? It wasn't for the wrestlers. It was for the WWE office employees.
Right.
And all the people in the business hierarchy. They had a big meeting. I guess a lot of them were there probably in person, many more on the phone, but it was a rah-rah meeting, apparently, from what we're told. They said that there may be a sale, but there may not be a sale. Nothing's for sure, but that's why Vince is coming back to position us properly. We're all on the same page. We're moving forward. Bigger and better than ever. Love's in the air. Was that the gist of the meeting?
That's right. Business as usual. Keep doing what you're doing. Nothing will change. Ignore that old man with the paralegal on his lap in the corner over there.
Pay no attention to the man underneath the paralegal.
That's the thing. Remember that guy who did all that awful shit, so we had to send him away? Well, he's back and he's in charge.
Yeah.
Here's the positive spin. Just keep doing your job and hope for the best.
And things are going to be great. But again, things may be great because the stock is up, or was up at close of Friday, and not because people think Vince is going to take the book back over, but because they think the company is finally, now this is the sale. It's going to be sold, and it's looking in that direction. Unless, and here's something, you think Vince is going to be realistic and take a real offer, or do you think he has an idea of what it's going to be, and if nobody offers that, he's going to say, fuck it, we'll run it until they do?
Does he have a number in his head that he wants it to be, and will he accept something different if things fall into place that show that it's an unrealistic number? Remember years ago, he got screwed negotiating TV rights for Raw. He thought it was going to be one thing, and before you knew it, he didn't have too many options. Once you start this process, he may not have as much control going forward as he thinks he will.
Well, he's got the board firmly on his side, even though he had to handpick them and in some cases actually give birth to them.
Well, hold on now. He has his two people on the board. We don't know what's going on with him and Stephanie, or him and Triple H, or him and Nick Khan. They're the two people that resigned, so those two seats still have to be filled. It's going to be a very interesting...
Do they have to fill them? Is there enough? Is it like the Supreme Court? We got to have 9, or can they have as many as they want to have?
The shareholders may demand they fill them. The shareholders still count until the company goes private.
Well, okay. Well, then they demand that they fill them. So then Vince finds, okay, Bruce, you and Laurinaitis isn't here anymore.
Should ask Linda. Seriously.
There you go. He can he just did put 2 people on that he just did it, so he can put anybody on it he wants to. So if they need to fill the 2, who's to say that he can't just say, okay, here's 2 more?
Hey, Johnny Ace is looking for work.
Well, that's why I just said Laurinaitis nowhere around, or elsewise he may have stuck him right back in there. You know, because Laurinaitis fits in every little crack and cranny around there.
I'm adding to the board Jerry McDivitt and this woman I met in the lobby.
Jerry McDivitt. That's okay. Jerry McDivitt and Bruce Pritchard will be the next 2 added to the board.
Oh, my God.
And I think Vince has all the votes that he needs to have.
Who changes his diaper?
Hey, come on now.
He's old.
I'm telling Vince is never going to wear a diaper. He's just going to shit in his pants like the rest of us. All right, well, that's the Vince news, right? Until Monday morning when we find out some other horrifying happenstance.